Well, hello. It is a good Monday. Now, look, I'll break it down for people who don't quite understand. It's very simple. I got to make another video. It's going to be kind of annoying, um, but because parents, you have to explain something to your parents, and when they get up there in age and they don't understand something, and you have to explain to them why it makes no sense, or they don't understand something. Maybe one day I might get like that in old age and not want to accept the technology or advancements in science, and I don't want to do things that way. Well, uh, whatever. I guess if you want to be old about it. Now here, the reason for the name of the live stream is I'm explaining to people who are older, boomers or however old you are, X generation X or whatever the fuck you call it. I never really got the use of terms when I just fucking call people by their name, or not, everybody's different. You can't put somebody in a bubble based on exactly everything based on their age. I mean, people are just different and have varying views. Well, let's see here. Let's see. I talked to somebody, and this person is a associate of that place of work. And now I'm not bashing, I'm not saying anything bad, or saying that individual is a bad person for working. Everybody's got to work, everybody's got to make money somehow. And this is my whole point. If you make things at a lower cost for people, for lower costs, so they can make a decent amount of money and be able to afford things. This is my reasoning for seeing that the cable is going down the drain, because just listen to the way I figured it out. Okay, because he explained this to me. He said, so for the first year you get a lower price for this first package. Okay, this first package is $35, and after the first year it drops down, or not drop down. I mean, if it was dropping down, I wouldn't need to make this. The second year for that same package, it goes up. Now see, it goes up from 35 to 78 for 155 channels, and then you get locals. So that doesn't sound too bad. That honestly does not sound too bad. But you'll see why it's bad when I add it up. Even at the lowest price, it's still cost you more money than just having internet and Netflix. That's why cable is dying. I mean, the only other reason why cable staying afloat at all is because of these sports things. I'm sure there's some way to stream all these things online. It's just not as easily accessible at the moment, I'm guessing, but it's becoming that way because of the TVs coming out. The TVs coming out are having internet channels on them, which is making them quite remarkable type of technology. It's really amazing. Okay, so the second package is, I don't mean to diverge from my point. The second package is 40, and the second year is, it is 45 if you get direct. If you get it directed, take it out of your account, it's $5 cheaper. But the second year is 90, and you get 160 channels, and from those 160 you get 5 sports channels, and of course you get the local channels with that. I didn't really catch what was included in the third package. I'm just gonna say what the price is. 45 and then the second year is 105, and then for the third package, wait, yeah, I didn't really write too much information down about the third package. I forget. 185 channels. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was no, that's what it was. It's a 185 channels, and it included like NFL Sunday Ticket, and then the last one is 110 to 181 for the second year. That one, to be honest, it sounds worse than it is, which is pretty high to pay. But I mean, you get 330 channels, which if you want a good variety of channels, 330 is a lot, and you get HBO, Showtime, Cinemax. But the problem with that is you can watch people come up with original ingenuity content on different websites, and there's a wide variety of range of people you can watch. You don't have to pay to watch somebody on TV or a show or some bullshit like that. You can watch drama shit on YouTube and get the same type of value. This is also why it's overpriced and expensive. Okay, because I added these up with my fantastical math. And internet. Okay, so we're going to do the internet first. The internet is roughly 45. That's just what I'm going with. 45. I would say that's fair. And then if you're switching over and you get internet, Wi-Fi, and you pay for Netflix, so that way you have stuff to watch other than just going to websites. You have like movies and shows that they put on their deal. So that's $8. You want to pay the $8 instead, because I think the $8 is the higher price, or 12 or whatever it is. Whichever one it is still worth it, because you can have multiple accounts on that one. You can have up to 4 accounts on that one, and other people using it on different devices. Nobody would be fighting at all. Like you had tablets, your kids would be watching whatever the hell they want, anywhere they want in their room, or their living room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. They could watch that shit anywhere. This shit is so remarkably pretty badass as it is, because you could take one of those swivel things for your TV, and you could set a TV in a smart TV, like a small smart TV. You could set it anywhere in your home, and you could watch 4 different accounts and 4 different TVs in your home. You could watch movies or shows all at the same time. Each one of those 4 people could watch different things all at the same time with the different accounts on your Netflix. That's pretty fucking cool, if you ask me. I don't usually cuss, but whenever something badass or crazy, I might throw some words out there. But yeah, that's a pretty good deal, and I added both of those up. That's like $53 for 1 month, versus $78 after the first year. Well, $35, but then after the first year, when it goes back to regular price, and it goes back up to $78. For each year, this is what I'm averaging out each year. That is eventually going to go up from the taxes, and also each year at the regular price is the $78. $35 first year, you might get a decent deal with that. But once that shit goes up after the first year and you're paying $78, that's not really that great of a deal for what you're getting. This is really like 155 channels, but most of these channels just suck. They're like, they're PC nannified. Like, this is the reason why a lot of people like going on the internet, is because they can see people shitting on each other, saying bad things, or, doing crazy shit. It's not that much nannified, not yet at least. So I was hearing like Jim, the Mr. Medicare, the YouTuber, he was saying that he thinks it'll be at least another year or two. I would say that's reasonable before they start cracking down on people. That's not going to be nice. That's going to be just fucking awful. That's just going to ruin. That's going to make the internet more shit than it is. I mean, anonymity, if I'm saying that correctly, is a nice thing. I don't mind if people having their anonymity. I don't mind them being able to keep their identity a secret. I think that should be up to the individual or up to the person. I myself, like, brought myself online. I showed my face. I didn't really put all of my information out there. I don't think that people's information should be known to other people unless they've done something to deserve that information being known. Like if somebody is a sex offender or like a child molester, then yeah, they should be on a list, and the law enforcement should know where they're at all. I don't think it should be the same rule or the same standard for average people on the internet just because they talk shit once in a while. That's just ridiculous. A ridiculous standard. Okay, back to the comparison. Now, if you take the $53 and you times it by 12, is what I got is 636. Now you take the 636 and you take the amount times 78 times 12 is 936. So you take the 936 for the cable. You're paying for the cable. You're taking that cable bill and you're taking that 636 and subtract those two, which winds up being 300. Now, if you're just simply switching over to internet and Netflix, and you have smart TVs that you can watch that stuff on, then you would be saving for each year, $300. You would be saving $300. The whole reason for internet and Wi-Fi smart devices, to me, it comes off as a way to try to save money, which is smart. You know, for people, like if you don't make a lot of money, then you want to try to save as much money as you can. I understand, like, if you want to spend money on things that you can enjoy as entertainment, that's fine. I have no issues against that. You know, you gotta, have fun somehow. I mean, you can't just twiddle your thumbs all day. There's a new series on Netflix that's Steve Martin and Martin Short. That actually looks like that would be funny as shit, because both of those two guys are funny. I've seen a lot of their older stuff. I don't really know a lot about what they're doing recently, but I know like a lot of their older stuff was gold. That was pretty good. I did enjoy them. People say some of the stuff on Netflix that was questionable doesn't come off quite like the other versions of them. Like if it's an anime from a book and they switch it over and it just changes somehow, I guess I could kind of see what they're saying. But if you never read the book and you're just watching the show and you really don't know anything about it, you're kind of going off of whether it's good from what you're seeing or not. If you're looking at it through the eyes of a person who's just wanting to enjoy it as an art form or entertainment value, then you should judge it that way, not based on, I mean, I could kind of see if you made an argument for that, but I think you should base the form of the art of the entertainment on the value of the production, the acting, the art, the art being drawn, all that type of stuff. My issue with Star Wars, even though like I'm a fan of Star Wars, I like the original ones. It wasn't. I didn't let that part affect my judgment of the movie. The new movie was just awful. It was just awful. I really wanted it to be good, but it was just awful. Like, you could tell there was some good production behind that movie, like with the graphics and the effects, and they really try putting effort and work into that aspect. But just I guess it's the script. It's just not good at all. The characters were just fucking awful. Yeah, but I didn't even add up. I mean, if we want to get into like adding up for how much these other packages would cost, that's going to be some serious money. That's where this comes into play. And I will do that just to show an example of how much money you're going to be spending each year. Okay, let's see. Let me put my password in here. Okay. Hello. Where is it? Go to my calculator so I don't have to sit here and try to remember all this stuff in my brain or have to write it down. I can just use my calculator. That's why I love smart devices. They have all this shit already on them. You don't even need an alarm anymore. If you have that device, if you have the Alexa, okay, I guess she didn't hear me. But if you have her, then you can use her as a alarm clock. You can set an alarm clock with her, or you can set up dates. It's just amazing the stuff that Alexa can do. She's very handy. Okay, let's see. Her memory is amazing, but she's a smart device. Okay, we will take, for example, we'll take the second package, 90 bucks. Okay, so we'll say 90 times 12 is 1,080. Where the fuck did my pen go? Dude, I'm always losing my fucking shit. My pens. Here we go. Just got one. Hey, when they don't want to write for you, 1,080. Okay, I said the first one was 936. And these are the amounts for each year that it was. For the regular price, not the 1 year price, but I'm talking after that's off. After that drops off, then I'm talking about the price where it is at regular price. So, okay, let's clear that out. And then we'll say 105 times 12 is 1,260. No wonder why people think they need really good jobs. They don't know how to manage their money. Oh man, that's funny. Like, whenever somebody tells me like how much they make, and it sounds like a lot to me because it is, and I ask them, well, what are you paying? And they tell me their bills. I'm like, are you insane? Find somewhere cheaper. There's people who will bargain with you about how much you pay. Just don't pay whatever you want, whatever they want you to pay because you want something bigger, nicer, you think, or whatever. Try to bargain. You don't get a lot of respect not bargaining. Jesus. Okay, let's the next one. Got the first three. Okay, so the next one is the high end amount, which is 181 times 12. That's 200. Or no, not 200. That's 2,172. Okay. So the varying prices, I got numbers all over this effing paper. So you can kind of, I've been trying to figure out all this in my head. I like to figure out the percentages and the numbers of things. So for the last option, for like everything, all the good shit and cable that you want to pay is $2,172. Now we will subtract the original amount for the internet and Netflix, which is $53. Jesus. Subtract 53, which is 200 or 2,000. So it's 800. 2,000. This is what people need to understand, and the placements are important. This is what I teach my kids. You have thousands, hundreds, then tens place, and ones place. Those are all important, so you know your placements of the numbers. $2,119. That's what the amount is you would be saving if you switch to internet and Netflix. And it just amazes me how much money you're saving. You're saving almost that whole amount just from having Wi-Fi and Netflix. I have this strange look on my face because I can't imagine somebody paying that much money for cable for what you can get for $8 pretty much. The only thing that I don't think you get is goddamn roach. Do not interrupt my video. Or live stream, sorry. Excuse me. I hate when that happens. I lost my train of thought. God damn it. $2,119. You can spend that much on cable that you can get pretty much for $53. Oh, I was saying that the thing you can't get is like the sports shit. I mean, if you're concerned about the sports stuff, then that would be like the one issue that you would have a problem with. Now, a way to get around that is what you could do is you probably pay for some type of service on the internet for sports channels. I'm just not sure what's available on the internet for sports channel things. I don't really get excited over it. It's just not one of the things, one of the main things I'm into. Like I get into watching some stuff like UFC or different mixed martial arts. But yeah, no. I couldn't justify spending $2,119 a year just to be able to have sports. Okay, now let's do the we'll do the second amount, which is the $1,080, which I know is going to be saving most of that amount. 53. 1,100. Oh wait, I'm putting in the wrong amount. $1,080 minus 53, which is 120. Or no, $1,027. If you take the third amount, what was the third amount? Okay, so $1,260. $1,260. Subtract 53, which is the 1,207. Most of that money, you're saving most of that money. Like, the only amount of money you're spending for each year for Wi-Fi through that particular internet provider is the $45 a month, but then you add the Netflix, which 45 and 8, you know, which I did a while ago. And if you switch the 8 and the 5, you save 48 plus 5, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, which I could do that in my head, but I'm just showing like the reasoning of how I'm doing it. I just switched the 8 and the 5 because the 5 is a smaller number to count in your head. So you want to switch those two numbers around. So it's kind of like rounding in a sense, but it's not. You're just flipping the numbers. So even though you're adding the 8, you're switching the 8 and the 5. So you say 45 plus 8. Okay, well, we'll take 48 and put the 5 in the 8 spot. So 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. I do that stuff in my head all the time when I'm adding numbers. Like adding numbers in my head all the time. Or like averaging things out in my head, or you know, percentages wise, how much is what, and what, you know, like, or rounding numbers. I just, for some reason, I just like doing that type of stuff, like averaging things out, figuring things out. Like whenever I talk about that to people, they think there's some weird evil motive. No, I just like doing the shit in my head. I don't know why. I just like doing it. I have no idea if it's part of whatever. I just like doing it. I just find it interesting. It's very relaxing to me to do it. I find it very entertaining and interesting. It takes my mind off of the ridiculous absurdity of bullshit that's going on right now, especially in the furry community, with religious communities. Like, people blatantly seems like ignoring the issues that they have in their own communities with people who mess with kids. That shit is just fucked up. Okay, so you'd be saving. I'll start from the lowest amount, which is you would be saving $300 if you switch to internet. Then the second amount would be, I'm looking at this to see exactly, so I guess I don't get my numbers confused and mixed up. $1,027, and then you'd be saving $1,207, and then the third amount is $2,119, and then no, that's the fourth amount. $2,119 is the fourth amount. The third amount, the third highest amount saved if you switch to internet, is $1,207. The second amount was $1,027, and the first amount is $300. So you're saving a shit ton of money if you switch to internet and Netflix, stuff like that. You're saving a large sum of money a year. It's like whenever I quit smoking many years back, just from not smoking, I'm saving so much money, and I'm probably doing my health a big favor from not smoking. Plus, you know, having kids, I don't want my kids to be around smoke like that. Just, it's more healthier for them. You know, they're like one of the driving forces of why I quit like I did cigarettes. But yeah, that's all I wanted to go over on my stream. Anybody who feels like they want to subscribe, that the things that I always appreciate those comments. Yeah, ramble and find them very interesting, especially if they're not. I don't do the yelling stuff. I just don't. This is just not who I am. I mean, I don't get into that character really, or the angry cussing. I mean, you know, I might do that once in a while if I'm joking around or whatever, but it's just how I am. And I will end my video because it says my stream is losing connection or unstable. Have a good day, and I will see y'all later.